insatiable itch.
Stay hydrated, people.
Yeah, just do it, okay?
It's massive.
Here, you can have your prop back. Let's make it look like it was authentically over here.
God. 2, 1. Love that for us.
It's always a rocky start.
Hi, welcome back.
Thank you for welcoming.
To another episode of
This is 30. My name is Isaiah.
And I'm Sheridan. I just love how awkward our intros are. We're getting better.
We are. It's funny because we were actually talking about, I think every episode, by the way, I always say, it's funny because, but we were talking about how we were going to do the back and forth of the intro. Like, oh, hi, my name is, and then we didn't even know what our names were going to be because what's really weird is like sometimes I personally don't know how to introduce myself. I'm like, am I Isaiah today? Am I Izzy? How do we introduce ourselves to our audience?
Even like saying my own name out loud, my own just coming out of my mouth, it feels weird sometimes.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit strange. So anyways, we are working on our intro amongst many other things, such as upload times, upload days.
By the time we finish this episode recording, episode 2 should be live.
Yes, so exciting. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That'll be fun. Another thing is, I have this.
We're trying a new type of art.
Yep.
It's imaginationism.
Imaginationism. I call it the Phoebe from Friends, specifically when she gets her tattoo. So, if you look very close,
you have to.
There's a speckle somewhere.
You really just have to look. Just look.
You can spend your time during this podcast trying to find it.
Just look. There's art on there.
There is.
This one's for sale. This is probably the highest price piece.
Yeah. I might put it in auction. So, start your bids. So what are we talking about today?
Today, let's dive into health in your 30s. Health.
Indeed.
I started, I think I shouldn't say I care more. I care differently about my health in my 30s.
Yeah.
I had my first facial this year.
Oh, what kind of facial?
Not like an at-home one, which I still do. Those are great. Not knocking. Okay, so I went to this place that does facial acupuncture. That's like the most unfun part of it. But they give you a facial either before or after. So she does like a chemical peel. She like does like a cleanser and a toner and then a mask. And then, like, they'll do that UV light thing, that UV light therapy. I don't know what it's good for, but it's good for something.
I used to get that a lot. I was like, what is happening?
I don't know what it's doing, but anyways, your eyes are closed. They put a UV thing.
Do you wear those, like, little goggles that, like, when you
tell
sunbathe?
Because how can I know, Isaiah? I'm lying there.
Well, monocles.
I don't know what she puts on my eyes. I'm lying there.
Oh, like, yeah, I guess your eyes are closed when it's happening. But don't you, like, feel
something? She put something. She's like, I'm just going to cover your eyes, but...
Little cucumbers.
It felt like, honestly, yeah, they felt like little cotton pads. And then you lie there and you fall asleep. I've snored twice.
Did you fall asleep?
I fall asleep. I snored twice. I caught myself like, oh my gosh. But like no one was in the room. But I was like, I could hear myself, like, you know when you're in like a semi-conscious sleep?
Uh-huh.
So I could hear myself going, and I was like, oh my gosh, wake up. But it was so relaxing. So I'm enjoying that. I think I'm going to keep it up. We're still young, and if we've been, like, I'm pretty good at taking care of my skin. Like, I love the sun, but my aunt was always like, sunscreen. So luckily I don't have a lot of damage.
Good for you. I was the opposite. I was like, first off, my complexion. If you don't watch the video, I am like porcelain.
Beautiful, creamy.
Blank. I'm like this canvas.
Beautiful, creamy skin of the lighter complexion.
Yeah. And so I used to always, so the other thing is my background, a big part of my background is Italian. And a lot of my family has like
the ability to, skin?
Yeah, my mom has like an olive undertone, which she doesn't really like, she's quite fair too, but if she wanted to, she could get this like really beautiful like tan. And like my family has just always had the ability. So whenever we would go to like camping trips or whatever, I was always like, this is the year. And I would try to tan, and I would come out like one year. I got something called, I think it's called Satan's like itch. Like it's called that because it's so painful. It's like you are so red, but like like it's like in unsatiated. What's that word? Insatiable.
Like you cannot scratch it.
Yeah, insatiable itch.
We're really smart.
Yeah. SMIT.
We use big words.
Alright, so smart. Anyways, so yeah, I would always try to tan, and I just couldn't. Long story short. But that being said, skincare is really important. Moisturizer and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've started like there's people that have like 8-step daily routine. I'm like, I don't have time for that. I've got a 3-step. It works. Yeah, there's like a lot. So I'm just using Neutrogena. It works. I have like pretty sensitive skin, so when I find something that works, I don't switch it up. And like luckily drugstore stuff is fine.
What even is an 8-step? Are you doing your taxes in between? Like, what are you doing?
Mine can be 4, depends. So wash my face with my Neutrogena cleanser, and then you go in with like a toner.
Shout out.
Neutrogena.
Sponsor, please.
Sponsor. Because I do a 3-step Neutrogena, let's just be clear. Neutrogena cleanser, then a toner. Usually I just use like a micellar water.
The Michelin Man.
Yeah. And then I'll go in with my Neutrogena Neutrogena brightening serum, and it has like a little bit of glitter, so that gives you like a glow.
Oh, cute.
Finish it off with my Neutrogena Hydro Boost facial cream, because I have dry skin, so I like to like layer on.
I've heard good things about the Neutrogena.
I really like it. It's like a gel cream. It's really light. I don't like heavy things.
I find my moisturizers are really tricky. For a long time, I would avoid moisturizer because I'm like, oh, it's going to make me too oily. A big thing is it would always break me out. But yeah, you definitely need a moisturizer. I could tell I needed one when I was shaving before this because I was like, yeah. You could tell.
So that's my morning routine now. That's a 3-step thing, and I've been doing that for like a couple months, and I like it. And I actually notice my skin feels more hydrated. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. It works.
Well, it looks great. You've got a good glow to you.
Oh, thanks. That's the makeup.
I find also I feel like it changes too depending on the season.
Oh yeah, true.
But for me right now, I unfortunately am not using moisturizer, which I am annoyed at myself for not using it.
We need to take you to like Sephora and get like a skin match.
I know. I do have right now I'm using the First Aid Beauty. I don't know what it is, but like it's really like a soft. I don't know. It's some sort of lotion.
We're not beauticians.
We're not. It's not abrasive. It's super nice. I use it with my. I can't even remember what it's called. What are the things that you like? You put it on your face and it vibrates, and it's got like the silicone bristles.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have one of those.
Scrubby.
A Foreo. It's a Foreo.
Oh, I don't know.
It's got like different settings. It's super great. I love that.
Good.
Yeah,
I use like a manual one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those are good too. I had one of those because my battery actually died for like several months. I would just scrub my face with it, but it does actually make a difference. I find. Before that, I was using the other one that's no longer available, but it also had like a brush head that you'd have to like recycle and throw away, which I'm not really a big fan of. So I like the Foreo because you just you know
can keep using it.
Yeah, it's great. And then my second step is I do like an alcohol, I think, based
some sort of toner,
which I'm sure is
that's gonna dry your skin out.
I know, which is probably why my skin's a little bit ashy, but and then also I would normally do a moisturizer, but I ran out. But I use this like purple rice one. Which I got as a sample at Sephora, and I actually really like it, but then my roommates use it, so,
you're out. Well, your skin looks great.
Well, thank you. Oh, another one. Yours looks great, too. Another one. That was so awkward how I just said that. Anyways, I'll watch that back, and I'll be like, oh, God, this is why.
Thank God Isaiah does the editing, because I could not watch myself back. I pet this pillow.
We say editing, but like I really don't do a lot for the editing.
We just cut and paste.
I just like cut and paste. There's gonna be some awkward moments in episode 2. With it, what was that thing we were talking about?
Our intro.
We
don't have to say cohosts. No shade. It was like I sounded shady. I know.
No, it was just funny because I was tired when I was like when we were shooting it. I was tired. So what happened was Sheridan. We were talking about our intro, and I was just like, "And I'm your co-host Isaiah, which you will hear." But I edited the part after because Sheridan's just like, "We don't have to say co-host." She said it in a very polite way.
Are you sure?
But then I just went very quiet because I'm just like, "Oh, yeah, I guess we don't have to say co-host." But I was just tired, and I didn't want people to read into that when they watch it back. So I'm like, I'm gonna just like cut that out. So it looks a little bit choppy.
Okay, speaking of tired, sleep. Sleep's always been important. I get that, but like sleep is crazy important the older you get. I can't function.
No.
I want to go to the gym again. There's all these things I want to do, but I find like I'm having trouble like losing weight. Like
I feel like everything's like related.
For the whole thing of like health in general, mental health, physical health, sleep is like the number one thing. Sleep and water.
Oh my god, water. And the thing is, I lose both because I am addicted to coffee. I have it in my hand at all times. In fact, I had a migraine the other day, and I'm like, why do I have a migraine? It's the second time it's happened. But I didn't have any coffee that day. I swear to God, I felt like I was going to die. I'm like, this is bad.
Addiction.
Yeah, that's why it's the only thing I
but you should
allow
see
myself to try.
How much water Isaiah's going to try and drink now. He stole my prop, but I want him to show you.
Oh, shoot.
This
sorry, I forgot to give it back.
Stay hydrated, people.
Yeah, just do it, okay?
It's massive.
Here, you can have your prop back. Let's make it look like it was authentically over here. God. This is 30.
Guys, hydration is key.
Yeah.
This is huge. It's as big as my head.
Amazing. I want to get like a strap for it and wear it
Just
like
carry
a bag.
it.
Yeah, it's great. I want to take it on my dog walks, but I'm like, oh my god, like
it's like an
it's
extra
a lot. I got 2 dogs. I got this giant like 30-pound water bottle now. But I got that because like I don't drink enough, and if I'm not moisturizing, then
you need
something's got to be going.
You need some hydration in some form.
Anyway, sleep.
But yeah, they say 8 hours.
Yeah,
I'm lucky if I get 5.
Oh, is there like a certain? Because I have certain numbers. Like, okay, so 8, so 7's bad for me, and I can't do 9. But 6 hours, I feel for me is almost optimal. I feel like I'm better on.
What happens at 9
8.
hours?
I feel sluggish, and at 7 I feel groggy.
Have you tried 8?
It's a science.
It's a magic number.
I mean, 8's good. 8's fine. 8's what I go for. I actually don't really like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like set my alarm and think
I have
like,
an alarm, so like I know
8 hours from.
I know
here.
that I'm like, well, it's 1 a.m. and my alarm wakes up at 6, so I know I'm getting 5 hours.
Ooh, 5's not good. No, I know.
I'm working on it. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna have a bedtime of 10:30. We'll try because I want to start going back to the gym at 5 a.m.
I love waking up at 5.
Gym time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a morning workout person because I'm a morning person. So I have the most energy in the morning. I find that you can make a million excuses in the evening. Oh, I just worked. I'm tired. I have to eat. Oh, when I get home from the gym, it's too late. I can't eat. Like,
I don't do the gym at night because I'm just like, oh, but I just did so many things, and then I have to cook, and then I have to clean, and then I got to do my face routine without the moisturizer, and then.
Sorry.
The drama. Oh, we need thumbnails.
No, we need a still.
Sorry, give us a quick.
Sorry, 1 second while we
dramatic faces for this dummy. She said what? Okay, we're back.
Sleep.
Sleep. Yeah, I didn't get enough of it. If you couldn't tell today.
Bedtimes. Yeah. Oh yes, morning gym. That's what we're saying. Off topic. Like optimal time in the morning. The gym's not busy. I find the gym is so busy in the evenings.
Yeah.
The morning time, not busy. I feel set for the day.
There's a different breed of people who go to the gym at night.
It's the serious, like, I shouldn't say serious, but it's the ones that are like, I'm here for health. Yeah.
At
nighttime, it's
I was like at night, I'm like, no, it's a different.
No, they're here to show off at night. In the daytime, it's like, we're all here to be healthy.
Yeah.
So I would definitely want to start going back at 5.
Not to mock anyone who goes there at night, but like, I mean,
I hate it.
and I hate you. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, I definitely a morning gym person. Long story short.
Are you going back to spin?
I'm gonna start.
Isaiah brought me to spin. He converted me. I like riding
spin.
bikes, but like stationary, I was like, I remember we used to be like, I can't do it. Ew, stationary in a room, I can't do it.
Oh yeah. I used to have this totally different like thought process when it came to like sweaty biking in a like room, like, and I thought like the music, I thought it would smell like mildew in there. Like it's well air conditioned. It feels like you're in a club. This is so 30s for me.
Too tired for real clubs, but
I don't think I ever enjoyed clubs. I talked to someone recently, like an 18-year-old kid who I had working for me at Milk Bar when I was there. Just a recap, we got fired. That was very
that was good.
And he was just like, I'm not like, I don't really feel like I really want to go to a club. And I'm like, well, that's good. Like, I feel like, there's like lots of things you can do. This is my 30-year-old like self tuning in here. And he's just.
It still records. It just means we can't hear ourselves.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fine. He's just like, I feel like the club is just where people go who are sad and they just want to go there to like cry. And I'm just like, yeah, it's pretty accurate. And it's funny because my friend invited me to the club that day and they just broke up with their boyfriend.
Oh,
and I was
sad.
just like, huh. Well, you're right.
The only thing I like about clubs is the music.
Yeah, I love
loud music, feel it in my soul, and that's it.
Yeah, I love
the people,
dancing.
The sweaty, the overpriced drinks.
No.
The weird lighting.
The weird people.
It's just everything. I like, I'll club to, oh my god, excuse me. That was like a burp stuck in my throat. I'll go to the club to people watch.
Yeah.
Because that's like an event. It's fun.
It is fun.
But like I love dancing and I love music. That's why I prefer house parties, I think.
I love house parties.
It's more intimate.
Oh.
You can act a fool.
And you know the people there.
Yeah, it's like a safe space generally.
Yeah. Oh, well, you might not know. It depends if it's your house party or someone else's.
Friends of friends. But generally it's a safe space. You wouldn't go, I hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
But clubs, totally. It's like, well, you're putting yourself out there for everything. No. You don't know.
That's the other thing is like when you go to a club, it's not like you're going there to meet anybody. You can't hear anybody.
What, am I going to have a conversation?
Yeah. Doesn't matter what age you are.
Look great. Like,
yeah.
There's a lot of bathroom. Girls always have. I don't know what happens in the men's room.
Oh, yeah, the bathroom, I guess.
Like
well, I mean, I go to the gay clubs. Well, I
so
don't.
I guess you guys
but
don't.
like if I did, it is kind of like that. But, well, I guess it's kind of different. That's a little different. But anyways.
It's morning. It's daytime television, so let's keep it PG.
Nope. You can say what you can think what you want to think. I said nothing. And I never said I partook in nothing. I would be talking in the bathroom. Anyways.
I talked. I made friends. We exchanged Instagrams.
I just want to quickly go back because we segued so far away from something I was going to say.
Clubs?
We were talking about the gym, and then we segued into the bike, which we can come back to as well. But because I want to shout them out. I really like them. But the ironic thing about the gym is right now I don't go. And I go to the gym called 24 Hours. And Anytime Fitness. And I go never. So I just love the irony.
It's available anytime.
It's available to me at any time.
And he chooses what time?
Never.
Good time.
Yeah, Neverland. Love Disney. So anyways,
and back to your cycling.
Oh, back to cycling. So I freaking love cycling. It feels.
It's actually full body.
It's full body. I brought like my mom. I brought my friends. Like I bring my coworkers.
Isaiah was like a cycle
really
pusher. You're coming.
You're coming.
You're coming tomorrow.
It's just like the podcast.
I'm inviting 3 people. You're coming. Yeah.
I get really weird about things. Like when I really like something, I'm in it. But then, like, I kind of teeter
your
off.
passions.
Yeah, it was really fun. I liked it. But, yeah, it's cute. It feels like you're in a club. You feel so good after it. But, like, the first few, you kind of feel like...
dying.
Yeah, like dead. But then you kind of get into it, and, like, then it just becomes a rhythm. And then I feel like everyone I talk to who gets really into it, they're like, I want to be an instructor. I reached out to one of my instructors, and I was like, hey, how long? Like, first off... I don't want to insult you because I haven't been in a long time, but I don't want to assume I can do this. But I'm just like, but how long, hypothetically, would it take
To become?
to
one?
become? Yeah, sorry. I thought we paused for a second. So
No, sorry. We're at 20 minutes, but I feel like my phone's been pretty good with storage lately. So
I know, mine too. It's been weird, but like,
knock on wood. Oh, sorry.
Just pat it. Anyways, yeah. So it's great. Soul Cycle. No, I don't go to Soul Cycle.
Isn't that American?
I'm sure you're great, but I go to Spin Society. I go to the Spin Society if you want to stalk me on Granville. And it's lovely. I would love to actually talk to people outside of the instructors there. I say hi to some people, but it feels so awkward because I'm like, oh, hi.
Well, we're sweaty. We're going, and often you take the morning class. Usually people are like running to work.
That's true.
So
I'm
not,
always
like,
running to work.
Yeah,
like showering.
It was perfect.
Okay.
I loved it. I did. Maybe I'll join you. I think I have two passes left. So.
I mean, yeah, I need to. It's expensive.
Yeah.
I definitely need to get a new pass. I do love it.
It's an investment, but your health is your wealth.
Yes, it is.
A very lovely Tita told me that.
More
Tita
health.
means auntie in Tagalog.
I can never say the word Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Oh,
My husband's Filipino, that's why.
that's good.
Yeah.
What do you think our audience is? I feel like we have a big audience of people from Mexico. Because a lot of my friends and like roommates are from Mexico.
I think we have a big
Thank you.
Toronto fan base.
Oh my God, yeah, we do.
All of my friends and family live in Toronto, and a lot of them are following, and they're all multiculturals of all the cultures. So
I love that. There's a reason I asked is because one of my roommates was like, "Oh, I was watching it, but like I translated it," and he's like, he tried to put the subtitles on, and he's like, "But they were in English." So he's like, so then I would pause and then I would look it up. I'm like, oh, it'd be nice.
First
to
of all,
like,
the effort, that is so
yeah,
sweet. Maybe
so
we should
cute.
figure out how to make that.
I know that. Yeah, that might be like down the line.
Yeah, but that's sweet.
We're thinking about it a lot, but I definitely was thinking. I'm like, I wonder if there's a way that we could get it translated
or like
the
captions to make
maybe,
sense.
Maybe when I upload, there's an option for that on YouTube. I don't know, but
that seems like a post issue.
that's a post.
Post.
Anyways, that's why I was curious about the demographic. But let's get back on the topic of health.
Right. So there's this taboo word that I really don't like called diet.
Oh yeah, this is a big one.
I'm on a new diet. I don't like saying that word because the key word in diet is die. I just obviously diets have a lot of negative connotation. I am very big on eating for your health and eating for your body.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Isaiah knows I can't eat like a bajillion things of like the core things that are in everything. A couple years ago, I was really, really sick. I have eczema and I was having these like constant, just make loud smashing.
This is how much I need my coffee.
He's like jonesing for the coffee.
When I was bartending, I didn't even have to shake the cocktails. I just had
his hands are naturally. He's got good.
Sorry, we're in a very serious subject.
Sorry. So sorry, eczema, like really bad, like irritable belly stuff. Sorry, my partner's just having a moment. Just.
I'm sorry. I was just like, I need to segue out of my laughter, and I'm just like, I can't. It started already, and the subject is so deep. Okay, sorry.
It's like serious, but it doesn't have to be. It's not that serious. It's not that serious.
I'm here to lighten the mood. Okay.
So yeah, my gut, whatever problems. And I was like, yeah, I'll just cut out dairy because everyone's like, yeah, dairy and eczema go hand in hand. So I cut out dairy. Yeah, so I cut out dairy, and I was like, well, why don't I just do the whole like vegan or vegetarian? Let me try that, and I cut out all that stuff. So I was vegetarian for a really long time, but I was eating like tofu and eggs and like all these other things that are supposed to be like really good for you. And I was like, I still feel garbage. Like something's happening. So I went to a naturopath, and she's like, well, let's do a food IG test. And basically it's like a food sensitivity test. It's more than an allergy test. They like prick your blood and like check whatever the proteins in your blood, how it reacts to everything. And then it turns out like all these things that I was like eating because I thought I could, it was like, no, your body cannot digest. So it was like eggs, gluten, yeast, wheat, both kinds of yeast, so like bakers and brewers. So I don't drink beer, can't have bread.
I didn't even know there's an option.
Yeah. I don't even like beer, so it's fine. No love lost. But the eggs.
I love.
Egg whites were worse than egg yolks. So I was like, okay, if egg whites are only slightly sensitive, I'll just do egg white omelets. But I was like, no. And dairy, which I already knew. And then there was like slight sensitivity to like sesame and peanuts. And I was making all these stir fries. Long story short, had to cut all those things out for a while. Give myself a chance to repair. Give my body the chance to repair. And so now it was interesting because it gave me the chance to follow a like food diet. Hate that word, but like for my body, and like I felt a lot better. I was able to manage like weight loss and weight gain in a like, you know, just I think the biggest thing I learned was like a healthy relationship with food.
Yeah.
Like I don't like the word diet because I love food. I love to eat. Obviously, I'm a chef. I love cooking, and I love eating, and I love snacking. Like I love food in all ways. So it was just like, okay, I got creative. I was like making my own baked goods because I couldn't have the ones in the grocery store. So, yeah, that was my journey with diets.
I mean, I think that's really good. I also like how you touched on finding, like, what works for your body in terms of, like, a diet or a regime or whatever.
I like that word.
Yeah, I feel like that.
Healthy eating regime. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, just like a skincare regime.
Yeah.
I think food's very important to match with your body. Also, this was something that we had talked about, too. First off, I guess my history with food and everything as well. I also had to kind of go through a little bit in terms of like figuring out what worked for my body. I definitely am not following a very great regime right now in any aspect.
I don't think
of
any
life.
of us are. We were fired.
I know. Yeah, this is when we indulge. I mean, I know that, going back to coffee, like, that's a big one. Like, I probably should be cutting that out just with I should be drinking water. Also, dairy is a big one for me as well. I did try doing, like, gluten-free and everything, but I didn't feel like that actually was an issue for me. I was a little bit worried about my skin for a while because, like, I was having, it's not in the best condition now, but it was definitely really bad back in the day.
Also, our bodies change.
Yeah,
so
your
I feel like our
totally
diets, because I was eating like cheese like no one's business, and I wasn't that sick.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a really good point. Your body definitely does change, and your skin, and like, yeah, there's so much science behind that. It's crazy, but also, there was something I heard. No, I have to research it a bit more before I bring it to the internet.
Fake news.
But like,
I read a fact somewhere that apples increase your eyesight 20 times over.
It was 30. Actually, it was 30. I just edited it on Wiki.
He wrote the fact.
I wrote it. No, but it was something about like your cells like changing every like few years or something.
Oh, I can believe that.
So, but I'll do more research before I spread that to the internet. But something like that. Also, your brain apparently stops developing after like 27, I think. Like you still like. I don't really understand what that means.
I'm not learning anymore.
I know. I'm like, so if I like pick up a new language, like it's just like in and out. Like what happens? Like a burger?
Well,
like what?
I heard like every time you like, oh, I shouldn't do that. But every time you hit your head, anyways, you can kill brain cells like nothing. Like, you hit your head. So that's why they say concussions.
I'm just out there like dodging, like please.
Yeah. Well, like unfortunately, like a lot of athletes lose like some cognitive skills because they just like from constant hits they lose brain cells. Also, I really hope that wasn't a fake fact. I don't think that's a fake fact. I think
there's pretty sure. There's definitely
maybe I'm not saying it exactly, but there is truth in that.
I think so because it like something
to do with like this, yeah, like your brain hitting your.
I've seen like charts though, like where they actually show like the impact, and then like they show like
something about you can't generate. You can lose brain cells a lot faster than you can regenerate them. And then if you said after 27, we're not generating them.
No, I don't know that it's like, I think just like your brain stops like developing. Maybe it stops growing. I think like you can still like learn, like you can still learn.
Yeah.
I'm consistently learning. Like I know how to Excel spreadsheet now. Like, didn't know that like 2 weeks ago. Just kidding, not 2 weeks ago. Don't fire me too soon.
Sorry.
Well, anyways. Sorry, totally segued for...
I'm not sure. We're talking about diets.
So anyways.
And I don't know how we got to brain injuries. Body's changing. Body's changing.
Body's changing. So anyways, diet, yeah. Sorry. So I thought gluten was a thing. It wasn't a thing for me. But then I also started to go into like, for me, a big one for my diet, it was never really the way my body felt. But now it's a lot more about the way my body felt. But it used to be a lot more, especially in your 20s and like when you're in like your teens, about like my skincare. So like I would never eat sugar when I was young. Mm-hmm. Like the only thing I would get sugar from was like fruits and things, but like I would like no chocolates, no candies, like no nothing.
Good for you.
It was, but like it did get a little bit serious for a period. And then I started cutting out like dairy. I definitely tried doing like vegetarian. And then I also started looking into things like hair wash and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So my hair wash, I make sure there's no sulfates because I used to get like white rings around my eyes and it would look like I would get a sunburn. And people would always be like, "Oh, like what happened to your face?" That's just from much shampoo
running in your face.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And like I actually had someone like when I was working at my first job, I thought it was like sawdust for a long time at Windsor Plywood.
Just permanent.
Just like no, like
you were like sensitive to the.
Imagine. I'm dumb, but I'm not like.
It's not dumb at all.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta. What's it? Positive manifestations.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
Affirmations. I'm beautiful.
I'm stunning.
I'm intelligent.
I'm gorgeous.
I'm strong. Okay.
I'm moity. Okay. Anyways, wow, these segues are strong. Yeah, so sulfate. Anyways, long story short, diet has always...
like short attention spans. I think that's just something our generation grew up with like... I don't know why I closed my eyes for like 5 seconds there.
You know...
I was really into this topic.
You know what I do sometimes when I'm talking... When I'm talking to someone, I look off into like the distance. And a lot of times people will be like, what is he looking at? And they'll start to look in the direction, like... And I'm just like, oh, sorry, I just do that. I feel uncomfortable making like too long eye contact. So
Have
I
you
like
watched Love is Blind?
Yeah, I did.
But if you see the Love is Blind new season, there's a guy that's like really intense and doesn't blink, and it gets a little.
Oh, is he the one that? Oh, yeah.
He's the drama one now.
Oh, he's the drama one.
Well, his girl's the drama. Is she the drama?
Am I the drama?
I'm the drama.
Wow. Anyways, talking about generations, since we went there, I will segue again. Generation Z. That's it, right? That's the one after us?
That's one after us, yeah.
I gotta say...
We're like Gen X, millennial.
I think are we not just like millennials?
I think
we're on the cusp.
I don't think we're on the cusp.
Because it's like 85.
Yeah, you're right. It's like an early time.
I'd have to Google that. Actually, you continue this conversation. I feel like we're on like
the end of millennial, towards the ends of millennials.
Let me Google that.
No, we're definitely millennials. But what's Gen X? Before that? Or after that?
Gen X is before us.
Oh, like our parents are Gen X? I thought our parents were boomers. The grandparents boomers?
I think the grandparents are boomers, yeah.
Our parents are Gen X. We're millennials.
I'm going to just look up the time for that.
You do that.
But we're on the topic of Gen Z. What are your thoughts on Gen Z?
I used to hate them. And then I realized it's probably because I ate them.
Yes. Hey, so, yeah.
Their zest for life and like zest for like not caring, doing what they want. I think we're just jealous that we're not them.
Absolutely. I was thinking about
this
the other day. They
wear what they want. They say what they want. And we're like, that's rude. But it's like, no, you're just speaking your mind and your opinion and not over sensitized. Sometimes they're a little bit too PC.
A little bit.
Where I'm like, okay, guys, like, it's not that serious. Like, you know.
Sorry, segue quick. Not a segue, interjection. 1981 to 1996 is a millennial.
Oh, yeah. So we're not the end, not the cusp. But.
According to USA Today.
Okay. Thanks, USA Today. What does Canada Today say?
Yeah, what does Canada? Yeah. I mean, Nordstrom's still open in the U.S. But anyways,
we'll stop being bitter one day.
One day. It's not today, but what
are your thoughts on Gen Z?
Generation Z. Same. I was thinking this because a lot of things, for example, like I did my nails, which is not something I would have done. Like I probably would have, but then I would have immediately taken it off.
Yeah, like we think too much.
We do.
Overthink.
And I think with Generations Z or Z, what are
Well,
they?
we're Canadian, so it's Z.
Z. I never actually knew. We definitely do think
Generation
things.
Z. Say Z. Sorry, I was just playing in my head. I was like,
Z?
Generation Z sounds weird.
Generation Z. So we do think too much. Absolutely. I think. Here I go.
Here I go
again.
overthinking.
The things I wanted to do, and I feel like we started, but we just didn't like fully commit. You know, very similar to how we live our lives. We started things to kind of like open up the doors, open up the minds of like the generations before us, you know, come into ourselves. And of course, I'm not saying we did all the work there. There was a lot of work done before, but I feel like every generation you kind of step into, someone does a little bit
also,
more.
Also, it was like really hard. Like I think about, that's really, what we did was actually really hard because we were in this weird era of like technology and change, all these changes. So like I'm pretty proud of my parents, like their texting abilities, like full paragraphs. I'm like really impressed with their texting availability.
Also, how do your parents like look at their phone? Because I'm gonna do my mom's really quick.
Oh, my phone's there, but do your mom's because my parents both have glasses now.
I did this the other day when I was reading a note, and I'm like, it's starting. Anyways,
my mom's like, I don't have my glasses. Wait.
Yeah,
what
she
does
has
that
to
say? Can
find
you read
her
them?
glasses. I'm just like, you should
and
just
their
have
text
them on the
is
ready.
so large. I can't read that. You have to zoom in. I can't read that.
Sheridan, that's us in a few years that we laugh now.
But I'm really impressed with how much they've learned and how far they've come. Like my parents were like anti-marijuana, like 1,000%. Like very like just generationally, just the things that were accepted, and now they're slowly like, it's fine, just not around me. Like it before, it was like, they'll banish you to the outskirts of the world, and like just watching them like come along is like, okay, it's not for me, but you know, it's helping people for this medicinal way. Like they just open their minds a little bit more.
Do you think a part of that though too is that we're older now, so they know? Because sometimes like I think my mom's definitely better with this. Like I think like she can talk to like a child or a teenager or an adult, but for my dad, like it's just like I just don't think he has the ability to like talk to a child where like but now that I'm an adult, like we have such a much better relationship because I think we can formulate a conversation and like a back and forth, and it's not just like you're a spoiled little brat, you know. So I think about that sometimes, like yes, I think they've definitely developed and evolved, but do you think a big part of that too is just like they can communicate with us differently?
Yeah, maybe. My mom, you're right. My mom was like your mom. My mom was able to like explain things at all ages, no matter like what I was. And yeah, you're right. Maybe my dad was just a bit like, no, this is it. And just maybe like there was no way to communicate it back then, but we're better now.
How do I tell a kid that,
just the dangers of the world.
The dangers of the world.
They meant well.
Yeah. That's definitely something I think about a lot.
But I'm proud of them though. Good job. Yeah. You guys made it.
They done good. But yeah, Generation Z. I do applaud their courage. I definitely applaud ours, and I definitely applaud the generations before us. But I am grateful because I think we're in this like interesting middle zone where we can kind of like reap in the benefits that they've done and the generation before us, because they're just like, I'm gonna go out and whatever I want, and if I get fired, that's fine.
I know this job doesn't suit my life anymore.
I've seen so many TikToks about that. I'm just like, oh my God.
I didn't have that option. It was like, no, I work, and then I find a way to make it work, and then I move on. And I don't do that silent quitting, which I want to do now. Well, it's 5 o'clock. My day is done.
Yeah. It's the in and out situation.
No more emails.
I talked about that on Instagram. I got like so many messages about that from like all different people. They're just like, "Was that about me?" I'm just like, "No, it's just like in general." Like I mean, but also like I am off, so I do cuss a little.
I actually do cuss a little.
Does she cuss in that video? Because I love that.
She does. They ask her, "What's your favorite curse word?" And then she says,
"What is yours?" When I upload these, it's like not suited for kids.
Oh, okay.
Kids can watch it, but it doesn't have like a restriction, so we can cuss.
I don't even. You know what? I actually don't like cussing.
That's fair. It doesn't naturally come out of my face.
Yeah. Like, I have to be really friggin' angry. Like, I have to be really, really angry. Because I kind of cringe a little because I'm like, oh, it sounds bad. Like, it sounds bad.
My roommate, it was actually really cute. He says the F word a lot, but like and so his native language is Spanish. But when he says the F word, it comes out and it's adorable because of how he uses it. And he's just like, is that a bad word? I'm just like, yes. He's just like, oh.
Oh.
But then he like continues to use it. I'm like, you know what? Honestly, like it's just like how you use it. Similar to like how a lot of words, like in drag, for example, like I'm gonna say a swear. But like the way like.
Yeah.
It's just like it's about how you say it.
It's the way you say it, like.
And the world.
Yeah, I know.
It's
That can be fun.
And where you are, your surroundings. Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't come naturally.
Yeah, I think that's why I never thought about that because I'm like, oh, I don't just go, oh, fuck. Oh, even that felt weird. Sorry.
I wasn't expecting.
It's like that felt weird. Like, oh, I have to be really angry.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so we definitely segued away from health.
We did. What were we supposed to talk about? Oh, yeah.
We were going to talk about benefits.
Oh, benefits.
Which we're blessed to have until the end of termination. So we use them up.
I know.
Use them up.
But that's the thing. Like, I use dental. Healthcare, I really don't, which is kind of unfortunate. And we will tie this into our pets as well. Mm. But I don't use my benefits on myself. Like, if I see something wrong, like, I still have to check. This is really bad. But, like, I found out when I was doing some sort of test that there was something wrong with the protein in one of my functions.
Sounds kind of serious.
And they're just like, oh, we should check your kidneys out. No one, like, really called back or anything. I was supposed to, like, continue doing some blood work. I need to jump back on that.
So Isaiah's kidneys are probably failing. We don't know.
Something like that. Maybe could be that. Could be diabetes. The options were not great.
It was like great.
I was like, we're at the nice
bad to worse.
So I'm gonna focus on that for sure. But it's so funny if something happens to my dog. Like my dog has
911 emergency.
And like. We gotta go. Like we gotta figure this out. Like what's wrong? Why is he sniffling? What happened? What did you do? What like I get like
you let something you want to eat. Crazy. You let him sniff.
And I like call the dog like the vet. I'm just like, hey, like thanks for the antibiotics that we have them on, but like they're still sick. Like what do we do? What's the next step?
This is like I feel like this is like a case of like new children, like your firstborn child. Because I'm on my second, like this is my first personal owned dog, but this is like my fourth family dog. So like I have a dog with my husband, I had a dog growing up, and then my grandma and aunt also had dogs. So like I've seen different things. With my first dog, when she was like so sick, oh my god, we would like stay up all night with her, like take turns, like okay, like in the morning if she's sick we're going to the vet, like she's got a cot, like everything, buying all these things for her. And now my dog, I'm like, he had like a really bad and gastro thing where it was like liquid lava out of his behind. Okay, but we didn't.
That's such a nice way to put it, though. Because I was like, I can't. I'm like, I don't know where you're going with this, but I don't know how you're gonna make this sound good.
But it was like so bad. Like you walk into the house and you didn't see it, but you smelled it, and I was like, oh god, he's sick. But I was like, it's fine. My other dog went through this. Like. It's most likely like a 24-hour thing. Like let's just watch him. I'm not calling the vet. Vets are expensive. I don't have pet insurance.
Also, like
pet insurance is expensive
food and stuff.
Like there's a lot of different things. It's just definitely. And like Dr. Google, which is sometimes bad because like take your dog now. But I was like, no, it's like not that serious. Like
almost every time I look it up, it's just like your dog's probably gonna
take him to the vet now because it's serious. But a lot of things I've learned, like if they're like they don't have a fever. Their energy level is like not like like if he can't get out of bed, then it's serious. But if he still like comes up to greet us with a wagging tail, doesn't have a fever, like I feel his forehead, then I'm like, okay, most likely like it's not affecting his full body, and I just watch him. But that came with like time. Now, because I'm like, I don't have time, money. I'm sorry, I love you, and I committed to you, but I'm like, if I can help you at home, I will help you at home first, and then.
Actually, we could still take use of this, but our benefits, there's like a pet insurance thing, which neither of us have. I don't know if you just mentioned that.
How many people have pet insurance?
I was told not to
let us know in the comments, because
I was told not to get it, and then after like things started to
the vet will be
slowly
like, you
come up, of course. But then also like my friends started to say like, oh, you don't have pet insurance, you should get it. I'm just like, which friends told me not to get it? Like, it's very funny to kind of navigate.
Yeah.
But anyways, I got to check out my kidneys, long story short. And my dogs are great.
But they're healthy, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I've been using up because we're going to lose benefits. And this is, if you're in the like hospitality industry, you know, like there's a lot of restaurants that don't have full extensive benefits.
I don't know many.
I had my second job had one. First of all, they didn't advertise it. You had to like ask about it, and they were really, really poor coverage. But it was better than nothing. Like, at least I could get dental cleanings and, like, prescription drugs for, like, a fraction. But Nordstrom had an amazing benefit program, and they continued to, like...
They always talk about it, too.
Update it, and, like, we want to make it better for you guys. Like, they would take surveys. So it was, like... I'm going to miss that the most. When I got my last cleaning, they're like, okay, so let's book you in. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait, you work for Nordstrom. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's
and
awkward.
I was like, oh, thanks.
I got a
She's like, why don't we hold on that then? Like, let me know what you can do. It was really sweet, but they like, I'm like, yeah, gotta use it up. So I can already feel like something going on in my mouth. I'm like, I should probably get that tooth taken out while I still can afford it.
That's a fair point.
But actually, to segue, because our next segue, I hate that word. We're not using that word in the next podcast at all. We've said it like 20 times.
To derail from where we are now.
But we were going to touch a little bit on mental health, not too deeply. But I did want to say that I was grateful when Nordstrom benefits included Talkspace for free, which was like an online therapy thing. So you could do like, they gave you one free, like credits for one free video chat session a month. And you could have like unlimited like tech, like you have basically like a private chat room with your like chosen therapist. So I dabbled in a little bit of therapy at the beginning of this year, which I'm really grateful for.
I forgot that you used Talkspace. That's really good.
I did.
Do you? Yeah.
I did. We'll definitely have like probably a whole episode about mental health, because
this
episode has been nice and light, and now I just went,
Yeah.
No. But I don't want to stay down there. But just mental health in your 30s, I think, just mental health all throughout like your entire life, I think is important. It's important to talk. It's important to speak up when you don't feel okay, and like it's okay to not feel okay and just be comfortable to speak up. But I don't think I embraced that until my 30s. You know, you get that tough exterior, like whatever, I'm fine.
Yeah, I can brush it off. Like, I'll work an extra hour, or I'll work through it.
Yeah.
Actually, I will say that when we got the news of this, like that was one of my biggest adjustments. Is like when I don't feel good, I create, because I feel like I do my best art. I feel like a lot of artists do their best art when they have that like mental stimulation. And I also feel that
that was weird.
I think that's upstairs. I used to hear that at night. I used to wake up my dogs. I'm
not sure if that will come through in this podcast, but it felt like the door in this room opened and closed.
Could be ghosts.
Sorry to cut you
tuning
off.
in for mental health.
You said creating, sorry.
Oh yeah, creating definitely is something I do. But working, I throw myself into work when I'm having like a mental health crisis, which is why I feel like a lot of my relationships sometimes suffer, because as opposed to like reaching out a little bit more to my friends and my family and like immersing myself in things that are maybe like a lot more healthy, or like fitness too.
Yeah.
I throw myself into work because I'm just like, I can do good here.
Yeah.
Like I know that what I'm going to do here will...
There's almost like a instant gratification.
Exactly. Which has always been a thing in my life, like especially in my 20s, that I would like to move away from. 100% me. A video's up, by the way. Our second episode
Second up, live.
Officially live. But anyways, yeah, mental health is a really big one. It's definitely something we're going to talk about a lot. And I don't think it's a dip down, though I do understand why.
Yeah, it just felt like it got really serious for a sec, but it's important.
I know we have some heavy topics that we talk about, but when it comes to mental health, like, that's another thing I really love about the next generation too, is like, it's just such a natural thing for them to like talk about.
Maybe we can change the narrative. Like, maybe mental health doesn't have to be, like, I don't want mental health to be a heavy topic. I want it to be a healthy topic.
A healthy topic, because at the end of the day, it is health.
Yeah.
You know, and taking time off for that, I think, is another really big one that I've definitely started to realize.
I just got back from like 2 back-to-back vacations, and it was great. Like, coming to work yesterday, I was like, oh, do I have to really be here? But I was also like a lot more like calm, and like, it was really nice to be away and not have to think about work, first of all, because the restaurant's closed, so that was great. So I actually had, that was minor stuff I got pulled away for, but I didn't have to worry about, we're out of everything, the restaurant sales are crazy, all these people didn't show up. Like, I didn't have to worry about any of that stuff, so I had 2 very restful back-to-back vacations.
Also, at the end of the day, when it like comes to all those things, like, you really do see the bigger picture when you step back. You're just like,
it was never that serious.
So we do have no bartenders today, and we have no burger buns.
We're just serving turkey clubs.
Like,
we're
the
not
world continues.
surgeons. Yeah,
people will still miss us. People will still come. Like, I mean, that's one thing that I think I like to tie my mental health and growth into, is just like the things that I do let consume me, and the things that I can like step.
Let's make that a priority for our 30s. Let's focus on health.
Yeah.
Physical, mental, emotional.
Heck yeah!
That's gonna be our focus. Wow, so we did really well.
There was a lot of
stayed on topic.
Not segues. We did some derailing. We did some
off-topicing.
We bounced around.
One thing we forgot to do at the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't shout out.
Also, what is this seating arrangement I'm doing? Like,
hey, listeners, are you an awesome brand that you think we would love? Shoot us a DM, and maybe we'll feature you in our next podcast. Stop the recording, but it's fine.
Okay, we can.
Okay, it's fine because it's just a new one.
You started.
We stopped talking. Yeah, we already.
Oh yeah, it's fine. So one thing we did not talk about last time, or
in the beginning this morning,
was our fits today. Not our whole fits, but we are supporting one of our. What do we call him? Like a coworker, I guess now.
Yeah, he's an employee, like a coworker at Nordstrom.
He's a creative, and he made these really sick pieces. We'll get Sheridan to show hers first. So this is Jayomita. They are made in Korea in partnership with our coworker Hans Lee. We'll put all the information in the down bar below, but super cool. I love the text. I think it's really cool. And this is actually a shot from a photographer, he said, like a local photographer of Vancouver. I'll just pull that out a little bit.
Can you see it?
Yeah, you can. Super cool. I love it. And then mine is one of his sweatshirts that like all of the Nordstrom coworkers seem to have, and I love it. It's got this really nice embroidery.
It has like this holographic writing on the back. Oh, it's beautiful. I think I'm gonna get a sweater. You can. It's awesome.
That's so dope.
You can see like the rainbow effect.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And the cut's cool. Like I like the details here. The hood also, if you're a big hood person, it's like really big.
Oh, I love big hoods.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get a sweater too.
Yeah, it's
Support
great.
local.
Your husband wants one.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
You can share it.
The two-person. Honestly, my essential shirt. He's like, "Are you wearing that today?"
I love that.
No, we can share. I like wearing oversized clothing, so I like that we can share. He's also tiny, so I can't wear his jeans unfortunately because I really like baggy jeans. But he is like tiny waisted. But we can share oversized tees, which is cool. Yeah.
All right, so I feel like we've had a pretty successful episode. We can probably sign off, but we really appreciate all of your support.
And yeah, I mean to talk. Like, we're featuring, like, this awesome shirt. So, like, if anybody else has anything they want us to, like, talk about, feature, let us know. We want to, plug you guys. Like, this is a local Vancouver designer. So, that's really exciting.
Yeah, we love supporting local and friends. So if you're working on any exciting projects, let us know. If you're a big business though, we gon' charge you.
Yeah.
But if you a little guy or
Well, we'll work something out. If you're a little buddy.
Or they.
But if you're Neutrogena and you wanna sponsor my 3-step skincare.
Or Maybelline.
You know, then we'll need a little breezy, beautiful cover girl. Bye. I can never turn it off. Turn it off.